Some might think regulating farmers markets is overkill, but even vendors we spoke with say they support new regulations as long as it reassures buyers their food is safe. Literally standing in the Rock River. Now, as you can see, I do have on my flood boots right now, anticipating high water levels. Nick and Christy, we are on Black Hawk Island where a body has been pulled out of the Rock River. Family and friends identified the person as 21-year-old Roger Pitts. There are certain tricks truck drivers use to stay up while driving, such as turning up the radio or rolling down their windows. And the best part about this, Sabrina, is that it's 4 players. That means me, you, Candace, and Derek can all play together. We are sitting here under a big monster truck. Hey, I told you these things are huge. Joining me now is Trey Myers. How tall are these monster trucks? But it didn't work out too well.
Just eat the whole thing.
Oh.
See? You should have eaten it the way I gave it to you.
School officials say they had a couple routes running late this morning to pick up kids. That meant students were out in the cold longer than they had to be.
But he doesn't work out as much.
And, you know, he doesn't lick his lips as much either, so.
Ooh.
Police say some inmates in jail don't belong there. Not because they're innocent of committing a crime, but because they have a mental illness. It's a problem that's plaguing Illinois, including right here in the state line.
Since the closing of Singer and other mental health facilities throughout Illinois, the county sheriffs have been tasked with housing mental health patients.
Stevenson County Sheriff David Snyders says some people battling disorders are better off at a mental health facility instead of jail. He says correctional officers are not properly trained to deal with them.
If these individuals choose to fight an officer for whatever reason, the officer is at risk, the inmate is at risk.
The consequence of all these closures is bringing us to where we are now, which is a crisis.
Dick Kunert worked as director at the Singer Mental Health Center. He's now retired and volunteers at the Winnebago County Jail, where he says he sees firsthand inmates who would be better served at a mental health facility.
We don't have the financial support to put the people and the programs in place to keep people healthy on the outside.
There's like a lump right here.
Richard Hart shows the bruises from a beating at school from the hands of bullies.
My son had no way to fight back against 3 people, and he ends up getting punched in the face.
Richard's dad, Matthew, says the Nashville Elementary 4th grader gets picked on all the time by the same older kids.
He himself has been punched, beat up, tormented on the playground.
Hart says the school has taken action by suspending the kids on several occasions, but the bullies come back and continue beating on Richard, and he's frustrated.
I would truly like to see them removed, whether it be change schools, maybe expulsion.
But right here hurts the most.
The beatings are hurting him physically and mentally. They usually happen around lunchtime.
He now is fidgety. He does circles around his desk because he's worried about lunchtime. He reads under his desk so that he gets left alone.
I went to the address of one of the accused bullies' parents, but did not get an answer.
Love you, son.
In the meantime, Matthew Hart is running out of ideas on how to protect his son.
I truly feel helpless. And I've never had that feeling before in my life, but when it comes to your children and there's nothing that can help or fix their problem, it truly leaves you in a helpless place.
Police searched for clues at the Newtown Plaza after 32-year-old Michael Medeiros was arrested nearby for the murder of 27-year-old Ramon Bowen. It started as a fight between the 2 men at an apartment building in the 4800 block of Javelin Drive. That's when police say Medeiros shot Bowen in the chest.
You know, I know the people that live over here, and I was talking to a couple of girls, and they told me it was Ramon.
Marcia Chappell was heartbroken to find out her daughter's friend had been murdered.
He was a decent kid with me. Many years I've known him.
Neighbors say Medeiros worked with Bowen for a local lawn care business Bowen owned. They believe the dispute was over money. Some residents say they saw Medeiros approach Bowen with a shotgun.
They were arguing and fighting over the gun, and the guy shot him, his friend.
Workers at the Newtown Plaza had to be evacuated when the suspect entered their building.
One actually ran into our building. with blood all over them and discarded the evidence into a garbage can that was on the out front of our door.
It's the first murder in the month of July, but Chappell says one is too many.
I just want these kids to stop it. I really, really, really do want these children to stop. It's crazy.